Welcome back. It's about 19 minutes to 10 on this bit of a gloomy Saturday, but certainly not gloomy in here. Anyway, we're hoping it's not. Now we're going to speak to Councillor Oliver O'Brien, Sinn Féin councillor from Bray, who's come in to join us. Oliver, good morning to you. Thanks for coming in.
And thank you very much, Nigel, for having
Oliver,
me.
the reason I wanted to talk to you, because you're very involved in Fergal GAA club, aren't you? Tell us what you do there.
Yeah. Well, as I said, firstly, you'd say, why does people get involved in clubs in the first place, buddy, what you're wondering. And I say it's just for the sheer pleasure of being involved with children. And I've always felt that sport is probably the most vital part of education. I think it's what builds character in children. It makes them the best you can have in them. It sort of, I feel also, it keeps them away from other temptations and stuff that are there today. It helps in problems like obesity and stuff. There's a lot of problems that it helps out.
And tell us about the club itself. I mean, how is it doing? Because it's challenging to run any club, isn't it?
It is. It's actually even more challenging today. And I think one of the biggest problems today is the cost of running a club. It's absolutely massive. Before we even hit a stitter or kick a football, you're 8,000 to pay for administration fees alone, just to pay to the county board and to pay to Croke Park. And what's happening there, I think a lot of the smaller clubs are struggling. And it's a bit like the supermarkets wiping out the corner shop, you know. There are serious problems with the whole financial thing, and it gets in the way. And what kills me about this is I feel that sport should be something that should actually be free, because it's such a part of the education. And what's killing me is that a lot of the smaller clubs, even in this town, a lot of the soccer clubs that existed before small clubs are out of existence. And it appears that sport is now being run like a business, and the bigger clubs are actually tending to dominate the smaller clubs. And that has, I feel, a very bad effect on the communities. Because the community, when you're like your small corner shop, there's a personal feeling there between the people. You know your local people. The same in a small club, everybody knows everybody else. And the kind of spirit you can engender in a small club is just actually matchless.
Yeah, and of course up around these parts, you know, I mean, you have children from different backgrounds, don't you? And I mean, if we are not having the kids in sports clubs, whether it's GAA or tennis or football, there's always the danger that they'll go down the wrong path, isn't there? Absolutely.
And as I say, that's probably one of the main reasons that I'm involved. You know, now we're in an area, you know, where you have that, where the stats show it like that there's a high unemployment area. You know, a lot of people are struggling to, as you say, to put bread on the table even, you know. And what really kills me like that, and sometimes really annoys me, is that sometimes kids can't afford a helmet. They can't afford a hurl, they can't afford slitters and stuff, they don't have them, and they're coming to you once a week and they're just borrowing yours, and we don't have the money or the funds to give them that. I feel that every kid in Ireland should be entitled, like, he should be entitled to have, if he wants a slitter, he should be entitled to have it. He should be entitled to a hurl. If he wants it, he should be entitled to, like, I've always felt that kids should be treated equally, and if we treat kids equally, if they're treated equally, everything comes right. I mean, why is it that poor kids can't get into a tennis though? They can't afford it. Why is it that poor kids can't play golf? Because they can't get into golf because they can't afford it. And I think that the FAI and the GAA and our government have to step up to the plate here. If we are serious in this special year of 2016, which is 1916, if we are serious about cherishing all the kids of the nation equally, let's start treating them equally. Let's start with sport, and let's give them the opportunities, and let's make sure that all kids have the same facilities. We're in a club for 25 years where we don't have a toilet. We don't have any water. We've nothing. We had a massive blitz up last night in the field just behind you here, where you're on the studios here. That 9 teams there, 9 teams in the thing. The field was absolutely packed with people from Gleneagles and stuff. But yet, if anybody wanted to go to the toilet, they were in serious trouble. I remember sometimes you had to ask the local neighbour. I remember we had a team from Blessington, could they do? Now, thanks be to God, that's changing this year. The council this year now, in the next week or two like that, even though it's only containers we're in, they're going to be all kitted out properly. The water is going to be connected up to basic toilet facilities. And that for me is a great day for me. I'm very, very happy for the kids there. But I would love to see equality, that you go down the country and you see some of the finest club houses you've ever seen, because their spirit there. I would love to see the same for Ballywaltham. There are more facilities needed, just changing for this stuff needed like that. And for the kids, it is really, really important.
And I mean, it's all voluntary, isn't it? I mean, people like you and all the managers and all the coaches and all the parents involved in the club, they do it because they love it.
Yeah, and that's another killer point, because voluntary you can't buy. If the voluntary sector closed down in the morning, this country would collapse. Absolutely would collapse in the morning. And you're dead right. And that's what kills me, that you're giving your time free, and that you have to spend a lot of your time fundraising. And that's wrong for voluntary people if they fundraise. You're doing the service to the state here by providing games and stuff for the children, and they should be providing at least the basic equipment for you to do the job. If you're prepared to do the job for nothing and they won't give you the tools, and all you're looking for the tools, basically. And that's a thing that's very, very badly needed, and something I'll be looking for and pressing for, that there's a lot more equality in sport, and that we change the system a bit.
Okay, Oliver O'Brien, listen, thank you very much for coming in, and will you come back again, please, and bring us up to date on the work that's going on in that club. Listen, pleasure to talk to you. You're listening to Wicklow This Week.
Wicklow This Week with Niall O'Connor. If it's happening in Wicklow, we want to know. Email us